Hey, what's up everybody? It's Jason from Straight Edge Knives coming at you with a new video. Anyway, let's get into it. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Let's get our Black Rifle coffee out of our Tops coffee mug. And let's get to looking at this knife. First and foremost, I want to thank Justin Barnes over at the Gear Shack. He put on an awesome raffle, and I was able to actually win this knife in that raffle. This knife is not even out yet. It's the Tops Knives Muley Skinner, and it's unreleased. They only sold a couple of these at Blade Show in Atlanta. Justin Barnes was there, was able to pick them up. It was part of like a Blade Show special that they did, and Justin got back to his shop and he raffled these off. Let's get into it. Here it is, Tops Muley Skinner. It comes in a nice black Kydex sheath. It has a really good thumb ramp right here, as you can see. It comes with a belt loop that you could take off if you need to. They got two screws here, easy to take it off. You can actually take it off, and if you don't want a vertical carry, you could probably flip it around horizontally so you can scout carry. Basic Kydex sheath, nothing super fancy about it, but it is a very good sheath. Just a tiny bit of rattle, but you know what? I don't even think the rattle is in the knife in the sheath. It's this hump right here is actually rattling against the belt clip. That's where I'm getting the rattle from. See, if I pull this away and shake it, I don't get the rattle. Anyway, so it's actually secured in there pretty well. If you wanted to, you could probably take this off and put beta loops if you want to carry it that way. Tech lock, several different mounting options. Was it utility clip? Several options you can do to carry this if you don't like the belt loop. Let's get the knife out though. Here it is, guys. I don't have specs on this knife, mostly due to the fact that it's not released yet. I don't even think this knife is on the website. So keep an eye out for it. It should be coming sometime this year. A lot of supply and demand issues that are causing knives to be delayed being released. So it's coming. But here it is, guys. The Tops Muley Skinner. It's a beautiful knife. 154 cm steel, which is typically different than Tops usually uses. They usually use 1095. Made in Idaho. It's got this nice handle. I want to say, I believe it's micarta. Again, I don't have the spec sheet, so I can't be 100% on that. Has this nice orange liner, so if you're out in the woods hunting, you drop it, you'd be able to easily find it, which is a great thing. This knife was designed to be a hunting knife. It also, sorry, I had lost my train of thought. Tops is also making a bone saw that matches this knife. I don't have the bone saw. That wasn't something they sold at Blade or whatever. They might not have them ready yet. From what I understand, they're talking about where you can buy these separately or even buy them together as a set. So it's not 100%. Things change. So, but that might be an option that comes out when these knives are released. So be aware of that. If you're a hunter, you want the bone saw, you can get it as a package deal. If you just want the knife, you can just get the knife, which would be awesome. But this knife feels really good. I wear XL mechanics gloves. I got big meat paws. When I'm holding the knife in my hand, as you can see, it comes all the way just the end of my palm. My finger goes nicely right here in this choil area. I can put my thumb on the back ramp here, do push cuts, hard cuts, or whatever. Nice jimping. It's aggressive, but not overly aggressive, I would say. Knife is super sharp. Tops knives always come so sharp. Shave the hair off my arm. I don't know if you can see that kind of white spot on my arm there now, but shave the hair off your arm. Say you got some paracord, like I have this little piece of paracord here. Cuts through it no problem. I mean, this shouldn't be an issue cutting paracord. If it is, then I'd tell you this knife is junk. But it's not junk. It's a beautiful knife. Here is a piece of drip line plastic hose, kind of. I've been cutting on. I mean, just easily cut right through. Cut a chunk off. Dropped it. you had to cut this, if you're out working in the yard and you had to cut the hose, no problem. There goes another chunk. Cut it off. I am not I'm not really good at feather sticking, so we're gonna go with this here. I was kind of messing around a little bit with it, but let's see if we can make some decent little curls. This is a piece of I think it's called a sequoia lemon tree. This wood's been sitting out. It's pretty dry, but it's got a nice lemony smell. Pretty hard stuff too once it's dried out, but see some of the curls I was able to make with that. You had to make a little tent spike. Sit here and shave this stuff off. Flinging wood chips over towards my pool, it looks like. My wife's gonna come out here and be like, Jason, you made a mess. But I'm like, it's in the name of testing, babe. It's all good. So if you're out there and you had to make a quick little bivvy tent, it's starting to rain on you while you're processing your deer or something, you had to make some tent spikes to secure it, you're obviously going to be able to do it, no problem. So, I mean, I could sit here and make it super sharp, but I mean, who wants to see that? Let's look at the edge here. The edge is still sharp, no glinting, no rolling, as they say on Forged in Fire. Knife sharp, guys. It's a beautiful knife, very light, very easy to carry. I think this is definitely going to be a good knife, a good option for people that like to hunt. I like to hunt. I've just never went big game hunting like deer or anything like that, so I can't speak to that type of stuff, but I think this would also be a great camp knife just because of the 154 cm, or even if you go fishing. I mean, it's got a really nice edge to it. It's fairly thin, and I'll do a size comparison here in a second. You know, it could be good for fishing with that 154 cm. Also, just in self-defense scenarios, I mean, it's got a good feel. It locks into my hand really well. You had to do some slashing or some stabbing with it, you definitely could do that. And the last ditch effort, excuse me, the coffee is getting to me. Let's do some size comparison real quick. Right here I have the Tops Hornero. I think I've done a video on this before. Definitely a little bit of a smaller blade. It's got a full handle though. You see, almost same size handle, a little bit smaller blade. This is definitely coming in a little bit thicker, but if I put them up next to each other, you can see the size difference in the blade. I'll show you the difference in the thicknesses of. That's kind of what I was wanting to get at. You can see Hornero's just a little bit thicker for sure. Put that back in there. Tops Tex Creek, awesome knife. This is that Midnight Cerakote Bronze. They redid it for me. Beautiful color, love it. Great knife. But size wise, you're coming in size wise almost the same as the Tex Creek. I mean, you can't even see the Tex Creek behind us. Let's flip it around so you can see it this way. You go either way, you can't really see the other knife. I mean, they're pretty identical in size. I'd say they're almost exactly the same size. I think maybe the only difference is, I mean, I would say the blade thickness on the Tex Creek is just a little bit more, and I would say the handle on the Muley Skinner is thicker as well, but I also, it's hard to compare that because I have the Rocky Mountain Tread on my Tex Creek, so it actually thins the handle out a little bit. But I would say that the Tex Creek is coming in just slightly thicker, but size wise like this, they're pretty much identical. On the Tex Creek, you're getting a little bit of a belly, a recurve type belly right here compared to this. Both awesome knives though. Love carrying the Tex Creek around too. Here's something a little different to compare it to. A lot of guys are big fans of Mora. This is the Mora Fire Strike, I think it is. Comes with a little fire rod in the handle. It's actually a knife I bought for my son. He likes building fires with it. It's a stainless steel knife. Shit, they're almost the same size as well. I mean, you're getting more belly with the Muley Skinner, but lengthwise, you're pretty spot on. I'd say the Muley Skinner is just a tad bit thicker than the Mora on the blade thickness, but I mean, this way, pretty good. You're getting a little bit more handle for sure with the Mora, but it's, you know, personal preference, I guess. Put that back there. But here it is, guys. Muley Skinner, beautiful knife. When they're released, I would suggest getting one. I don't think you'd be disappointed in it. Got a nice big lanyard hole as well. Good sheath, excellent sharpness, good retention in the sheath. It ain't gonna come out. That rattle isn't actually the blade rattling around in the sheath. It's this part of the sheath hitting the belt loop. So if I separate these a little bit, shake it, I'm not getting that rattling noise. Just when you go like this, it's just kind of, these two parts kind of hit against each other. I haven't noticed I've been carrying this knife around, I haven't noticed any, you don't hear that when you're carrying it. So it's not an issue. Sound wise, I don't think it's going to be an issue. Guess you could always get a leather sheath made if you wanted to, but I don't think you need to. There is a little bit of a split here at the end of the sheath. So let's say you're processing an animal and you shove it in here and you get a bunch of blood and whatnot inside the sheath, you'd be able to easily rinse it out. The water is going to drain no problem. Actually, I have a drain hole here as well. Or if you needed to, you could put some paracord through there for a lashing. But I don't think you can go wrong with this knife, guys. It's a beautiful knife. Again, it's not out yet. There is no actual official release date yet due to supply issues. They've been having a hard time. They can't give exact release dates because of supply issues out there that are going on. They may have all the knives made, but they're still waiting on certain parts for the sheaths or whatever the issue is. But when they do release this, it's going to get blasted everywhere on Tops Knives social media, on their website, things like that. I'll be sharing it on Facebook and things like that. So you'll know when these come out. Keep an eye out for them. I think you won't be disappointed if you pick one up. Again, thank you, Justin, for the raffle. That was awesome. Gave me an opportunity, or gave anybody who participated in the raffle an opportunity to win this knife. That was awesome. He also gave away a Sheep's Creek from Tops, which just released a couple of weeks ago, I think. And he also gave away Silent Hero and a Silent Hero 4 in that raffle. I mean, he gave away some great prizes at $10 a ticket for each one of the knives. So it was an awesome raffle. So thank you, Justin. I appreciate it. I'll put a link to Justin's website, the Gear Shack website, in the comments. Go check out his website. He sells Phoenix flashlights, Tops knives, SE knives, and other various camping or outdoor type gear. Leo, Craig, everybody over at Tops, outstanding job on the knife as always. 101% made in the USA. One of the many reasons why I love Tops. But overall, I mean, Tops is just a great company, doing great work, great people over there. So if you like what you see, head over to their website, check it out, look up their dealer locator, find dealers, purchase a Tops knife. It's a knife that'll last you a lifetime for sure. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. You guys have a great day. Oh, one more thing. If you like the video, hit like, hit subscribe, share it. It helps the channel grow. It just helps the channel grow. And the more people that get eyes, I can get eyes on products for them to check out. Awesome. And I'd like to also say, I'm not sponsored in any way, with the exception of winning this in a raffle. Like all my other knives that I have, I buy myself, and I don't get anything for free. So I don't get anything out of doing these reviews other than the fact that I just like to share the knowledge of the knife, and show you guys what's out there. Maybe help you make an informed purchase decision. So if you can, please hit like and subscribe. Hit the bell notification. I'm not sure what that does, but I don't know if it helps my analytics or whatever, but hit like, subscribe, share. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. You guys have a great day.